Hi everyone, my name is Leo Valentine, and this is a tutorial on how I make my speed paints. Um, quick disclaimer, I was running two recording softwares for this intro part, but the software I use to record my speed paints is a product called Electa Live Screen Recorder. It's completely free. It records in high definition, it exports as AVI files, really stunning quality. The UI is super easy to use. I've never had an issue with it. This is where I get an error on my computer crashing. That's okay though. So you kind of just open up the screen. You can pick full screen recording or screen area recording. You input your file name, and then you're pretty much good to go. It's really as simple as that. Sorry, I'm recording this in my living room, and my cats are out here, and one of them keeps trying to knock over a chair, and I'm like, have a spray bottle in my hands, like waiting to spray them. So this is me doing the screen area recording, and now my Sci is open. So I use Paint Tool Sci, and I normally use a 5,000 by 7,000 pixel canvas. You can rename things however you want. This is just like a warm-up sketch that I've done. And Sci also comes with presets, at least mine does, that really I have never actually used before. I don't know how they work. I like to do 5,000 by 7,000 canvases. Because I feel like they work best with the brushes I use. So this is just a little bit of a demo. My color thing is full. A lot of people have been asking me about my colors lately. The reason why my colors are good is because I pick out really good ones that I like, and then I just keep using those over and over again. So my artwork always feels a little bit harmonious because the chances of you seeing the same exact colors over and over and over again is quite possible. They don't differ. So this is my liner brush. My laptop is very old and very broken and very slow. And if you would like to help me get a new laptop so that I can make speed paints again, you can go check out my Patreon or commission me on my art blog or buy something from my Redbubble. Or buy me a coffee on the Ko-fi website. So I will put links on the screen right now for all of those things, and probably as I said them too, and they'll also be in the description bar. So, yeah, if you want to help support me or get a cool piece of artwork for yourself, I offer really cheap commissions over on my Patreon, and I work really hard for that. So I guess I'll address my background. A lot of people have been asking me on my Tumblr if it's like a guy dabbing or something. No, it's from the show MXC, the Most Extreme Elimination Challenge. It's some dude playing this game called Sinkers and Floaters where you have to run on these rocks on the water, and some of them are supported and some of them sink under the water, and I just got this weird screenshot. So I'm drawing my character, and that's my background. So I'm drawing my character Nimbus as a warm-up. You get a couple minutes of this. I always use this brown for sketching. It's probably my favorite, and I always use my lines brush, which I made myself in either 50, anywhere from 20 to 50 I will sketch depending on what I'm trying to do. Sometimes I sketch with a way smaller brush, sometimes I sketch with a 50 or a 60. It's just, yeah. So I am now doing this speed paint real time for you guys, and I think it's like 20 minutes of footage of that. This is, again, my Courier Nimbus. She's my Fallout New Vegas OC, and, like, I really love her, and she's really good, and I talk about her a lot, and I draw her a lot, and, yeah. I wish I could have recorded the full speed paint for this, but I mentioned earlier that my computer is old and broken. So I also switched from full screen recording to just doing the area recording, which is what I like to do because I feel like you don't have to focus as much on what colors I'm picking and everything. It just, you get to see the artwork be created, and I like that. Right now I'm erasing the freckles on her face that I drew in because I am going to be using the freckles I made. I have a freckle brush, like, in particular that I use, so, like, I am erasing the sketch freckles that I put in. So this is all sketched out right now, and you guys know I like to do my work really lineless and kind of all oil painty and stuff. It's just my style. It's how I like to draw. I'm not erasing the ones on her chin because those are actually, like, there on her anyway. You guys are probably like, I've played Fallout New Vegas. You can't make your characters look like this. And, like, yeah, no shit. I just like drawing my characters really realistically. So I did my sketch, and at the end of this video, I'll put in all the different, like, steps that went into it that I did a GIF of earlier. And then I went over with a new coloring technique, same old color brush, and just laid down, like, a bunch of different skin tones over and over again. I was drawing with my friend Jonas when I laid down the flat color, and I wasn't recording it because my friend and I were drawing at, like, 2 in the morning and wanted to, draw together, and I was trying out his color process, which was like my color process but a little bit different, and now I'm using it and it works really well. So I use my so the freckles are back on her face. I copied those to a different layer. Now I'm using so they don't get blurred out with the rest of the picture. So now I'm using my acrylic brush, which is not what it is on Sai. It's a custom-made brush that I made for my own painting. To kind of, I'm color picking a lot, and I'm just blurring the edges. I'm blending the colors into each other and kind of, making it all seamless. So I'm avoiding the sketch layer as much as I can until there. Like I try to blend out around it first and then blend it into the blended stuff. I feel that always looks better. Sometimes my pen pressure will get turned off, and when I minimize my Sai, I don't have to restart it, and it works really well. So if you have problems with your pen pressure on Sai going out and you don't want to restart it, try minimizing your window for a couple seconds and then put it back. It works really well for me, but that might just be my thing. So what you're seeing now is this is what it looks like on my screen too when I'm drawing, the really laggy, slowed down nonsense, because my computer is like 7 years old. I had a really nice laptop, and then it got broken, and I can't afford to get it fixed, so, like, yeah. I offer commissions in this painting style. Feel free to go and grab one. And my commissions are always open. I'll leave a link on screen right now, boop boop, and then in the description bar to my commissions page if you are interested. And like I said, also, it's almost the end of the month, and when the month rolls over, I cash in on Patreon rewards. So if you want to get like a $5 or $10 commission, slide on over there. And if you don't and you just want to support me, the intro levels of getting everything unwatermarked completely is only $1, so $1 a month. And like, my cat's here now. Hi, Mako. Say hello to everyone. She doesn't want to. She's mad that I kissed her. If you enjoy my art, you get the sketches as a Sai download, so you can color them yourself. You get all my artwork early. You get them unwatermarked. Yeah, for only $1. I think that's pretty rad. And you also get like opinions and like stuff. Like I'll post polls and everything, and you guys can vote on them and tell me what to draw and stuff like that. It's quite interesting. So sometimes I just sit and like for like an extended period of time. This is me saving, and it takes 2 to 10 minutes to save my files. And I don't save super frequently, which is like kind of a problem, but like sometimes it's just 10 minutes of me sitting on my phone switching songs back and forth because my computer is saving and blue wheeling to death, but you guys can't see it because that doesn't show up on the recording. Let's talk more about Nimbus, I guess, or maybe about me, who knows. Can you stop being so rude, Mako? Sorry, she's playing with the window. Stop it with your tail. Nimbus is like 20-something, 21 at the start of Fallout New Vegas, going on 22. She was a courier with the Mojave Outpost, as you always are, but she comes from a really like far corner west of the Mojave, like right on the edge of the Mojave Outpost line. I wanted to say the NCR line, but that's not what it is. She was a really brilliant, like, scientist child. She has a super high science, even though she's not that smart, and pretty high charisma, and she's super buff. But that came later. When her parents were bighorn farmers, and they made off okay until she was about 13, and they lost all of their bighorner in a big prairie fire, and it was really bad, and they became really poor. And Nimbus hated that. She had to give up her, like, hobby of science and repair and stuff, and she kind of got in a lot of backyard squabbles for caps during the years of being like 13 to 16. Here's my computer white screening and me dying inside because I think everything's gonna be lost, but she did a lot of backyard squabbles and she got really strong. And then when she was 16, the Mojave Outpost opened in her town, and she joined up with them as a courier. And here's my application not responding, and I have to wait, and I get like terrified that it's gonna explode. But she joined up with the Mojave Outpost, and she started being a courier, and she runs on nothing but jalapeno peppers, sunset sarsaparilla, and irradiated bubblegum. Yay, we saved the picture. So there's that scare, the first scare. I should put like a crash tally on the corner of my screen. She started running as a courier, and she got really good at what she did. She started offering a service called fast travel, which was where if you hired her and you paid her extra caps, she would run straight to your destination if she already knew where it was, and could get there fast enough. So if you had a package that needed to be delivered in 72 hours and you needed to run from New Vegas to the Mojave Outpost. It's not the Mojave Outpost either. It's the courier service. I've played this game like 10 times. Everything's a blur at this point. Can you stop fighting? But what is it called? It's not the Mojave Outpost. It's the Mojave Express. It's Mojave Express. Okay, whatever. So if you needed to run from New Vegas to the Mojave Outpost, if she had already been to the Mojave Outpost before, so my Psy crashed and I lost everything I just did. So now we're starting over and I'm erasing all the freckles again. If you needed to get something from that distance, if you went to Nimbus and paid her like 50 to 100 extra caps, she would just run straight and not sleep or rest or do anything like that until she got the package delivered. And that's how she got like really, really popular and famous. She uses boxing gloves because she doesn't want to, before she becomes like the courier of New Vegas, she uses boxing gloves because she doesn't want to stop and fight people when she's running. She just wants to knock them out and keep going. So she's really fast and she's really cute and she loves money and she's a flaming pansexual and she marries Cass in the end. But then the way she gets to New Vegas is she's been working for the Mojave Express for like 5 years, and she is like the best courier at their dinky little West Side branch, and she gets the really high paying job and the trip to New Vegas because she works so hard. So her company was kind of like, her branch was kind of like, you deserve a vacation, go do the delivery and then take your caps and go to New Vegas and have fun. And so she goes to do the job and then, she gets shot and it sucks. And that's what the big splotch is on her like nose and by her eye, is her from being shot. So I like to do this too, which is the view mode. I put my Psy into windowed mode and then I click view and I click new, and it gives me a full picture of what I'm doing so I can work close up, because I do prefer to work very close up. And it's just because, all my talent and work is in coloring, and I can say that pretty confidently. Like, my sketchability is not the greatest. So all my details really lie in, like, tiny little color work that nobody really notices or cares about, but I do, and it's important to me. So I work really close up and draw individual stray eyebrow hairs and every eyelash by hand and, all that kind of good stuff. I don't know. I am not the most confident in my artwork. It's not something I feel that I'm exceptional at. And creating artwork like this one of Nimbus, it was really nice and kind of cathartic, because like it's one of the best pieces of art I've made digitally ever, I think. And I'm kind of breaking my style more and more and more and trying to morph into this artist that I want to be, but like I also still really enjoy my like round bubblegummy style, and like I don't know, I'm not always satisfied with my work despite how far I've come in such a short period of time, and I kind of set unattainable expectations for myself, and that's just how it is. I swear to God, if my Xbox turns on because my cat just walked by it, no, okay. Uh, I I don't know. I'm never actually that satisfied with my artwork. I try to talk big game and act like I'm really confident because, you know, fake it until you make it kind of a thing. Uh, but yeah, I feel like I'm just rambling about nothing. I feel like my artwork isn't that great. I feel like I'm always 2 steps behind everyone else in terms of it, despite the fact that I'm like making leaps and bounds over my old art and my old art style. It's something I really enjoy doing, and like taking commissions and getting paid for it is like, you know, it's one of those things where I don't want to make art just to get paid for it, but at the same time I have to get paid for something to live because, you know, like I have to eat food and pay rent and take care of my cats and stuff. So like I haven't been able to do many speed paints lately because they just take way too much time out of my day trying to do them, because artwork that takes me 90 minutes to do regularly takes me 4.5 hours to record because my computer can't handle it. And I want it to be able to handle it. Like making this tutorial took me 7 hours because my computer couldn't handle opening these 35 minutes of speed paint footage in my Windows Movie Maker, and I had nothing else open. Like the fact that I am able to record this audio while talking over the video is like nuts, because you know how it is, broken. I don't know. It's not that I don't feel valid as an artist. It's that I want to be better, or I want to be acknowledged, or like whatever like that. I want attention. I'm like a little kid. I want attention. But it's normal to want attention, especially when you're doing something that like you think is good but you're not particularly good at. Like I think I'm a great writer. I want to be a writer. I have novels written, like big chunky ones. Isalea and Landeu, my other OCs that I draw on here sometimes, they're book characters. Dana and Dydra, book characters. Leo, not me, but like the character, book characters. They're all book characters. Like almost all of my OCs are tied into books. Nimbus is one of the only ones that stands out because of the fact that she's a video game character. I have been drawing like my BioWare characters lately a lot too, and like I don't know, all my OCs that aren't explicitly like, this is my Warden Comet, or this is my Hawk Luna or something, is like, they're book characters, straight up. And I write them constantly. I have Isalea's series is almost done. And then I'm going to edit it all, and then I'm going to publish it. And she is the non-binary gay knight that we need in this world. But yeah, I don't know. I feel like I'm a better writer than I am a visual artist, and for me it's like to be drawing and like not getting validation / attention. It's kind of it's something that I'm like, well, I don't, shouldn't, couldn't, wouldn't do it. Why not write instead when I feel like it's easier and more, it's not even more acknowledged. Writing is way less acknowledged, but I feel like I'm better at it. I'm really overdramatic. Like, my mom called me out on that today via text. She was like, you're really overdramatic and you need to like calm down. And I'm like, okay. I'm basically like Shakespeare's walking nightmare, where like I feel like if you put me in a Shakespeare play, which I've never actually done. I did a ballet. I did a Midsummer's Night's Dream as a ballet, but you know, if you put me in like a Shakespeare novel play area, like if someone wrote a book about me and used all the dialogue that I actually say when I'm like weirdly ambiently poetic. I'm ominous. Someone would just be like, so who took Shakespeare McShakespeare out of their book and put them here? I don't know. I think I'm saving here again. Oh, we moved. I've been playing a lot of Andromeda lately. And Animal Crossing, New Leaf. I got a new cartridge, and I got my roommate a cartridge because I'm letting him. I got a new 3DS, thanks Nintendo, and I'm letting him use like the one that I cleared off because I have an extra one and I can't play on it because I have my new one. So I just like gave it to him and was like, hey, I got you Animal Crossing, and we've been playing together and it's really fun. I've been playing a lot of Andromeda recently. I'm romancing Jal. I'm actually wearing a shirt I made yesterday that says Jal is life, and on the back Jal is life, and I made it because of a joke that I posted in our group chat, because all of my group chat is playing Andromeda right now, and I was like, I arrived to your birthday party wearing a Jal is life shirt. I don't say anything about it. Eventually you kick me out, to my friend Jonas, who was having his birthday party, and he drew it. He like drew the shirt. He drew the whole situation because he's my art friend. And I was like, oh, now I have to make it. But I made the mistake of getting really nice like flocked sports letters, and also the kind of black tank top that I have like 5 of already and wear like just consistently all the time. So I'm never gonna not be wearing this tank top. Like, it's just gonna be in the daily rotation pile of like black tank top, black tank top, black tank top, Jal is life, black tank top. Yeah, it says Jal is life on the front, and then on the back it says stay strong, darling one, and like, I'm into it. I've been enjoying it immensely. I went out and got pizza last night for my roommate and I after I took a quick commission, and like, I overheard some guy while I was waiting for our order to get out of the oven go like, I think they're wearing an Andromeda shirt, to like the 3 dudes at his table, because the back says stay strong, darling one. And then, like, I went out the wrong door and had to turn around and come back in, and the dude saw that Jal is life on my front of my shirt, and he very loudly went, they are wearing an Andromeda shirt. And I was like, big mood. I love this shirt. Anyway, yeah, I'm romancing Jal. He's fucking great. I'm in love with him. And... oh, I've also been playing New Vegas again, because I have to play New Vegas like once a month or I'll die. And I got my Silent Hill 2 tattoo, which I never have talked about before, but if you follow my blog, yeah. Which I think you guys do, all of you, I'm not sure. Yeah. 4/13 was yesterday. Happy birthday, Homestuck. 8 years of my life. I also have a Homestuck tattoo. It's classy. Don't fucking worry. It's real good. It's the spirograph, and it's on my back, and it's really good. Yeah. I'm talking really fast. So Homestuck had its birthday, and I drew 4 pictures for that in like 2 hours, and none of them looked good, and I don't really care though. Yeah, Homestuck, man. Deidra's from Homestuck. Or Deidra is not Homestuck anymore. She's no longer stuck in her home. Yay, it stopped dying, my speed paint. Deidra was a fan troll, and then when Homestuck died, I was like, well, that was back in like 2013, by the way. I was like, well, I can't just leave her. And I had also created Dana, who was like around the same age, and they had the same occupation, which was murder. Straight up, just murder. And I was like, well, I want to make Dana's story into a full book anyway. Why not make Dana or Deidra in it as like I tweaked her design quite a bit. I tweaked all my fan trolls designs a lot for it. They're kind of like cow people, and not like minotaurs either. They're like a weird species, and I kind of made it my own, and I tried to make it my own, and I changed a lot of details of it, so it's not just like, hey, this is my troll. But yeah, still with the gray skin, still with the horns, still with the yellowish eyes. That actually is kind of like subjective to each member of their species now. But yeah, Dana and Dydra are a couple of girlfriends that are real good. And yeah, I don't even know what I was talking about. Oh yeah, my fan trolls. And like Natasi is in it, and Natasi was my fan troll from when I was like 14, and I was like, oh shit, time to make a fan troll boyfriend. But like now he's older and cooler, and also Dana's dad, kinda. Like adoptive father, found family. All my books are just like, hey, found family, because like, you know, why mess with perfection when you can just make things found family? Nimbus is Korean, um, and a bunch of other stuff. You know, like milk toast white pancake girl. Um, and everyone kind of likes to comment, or like all my friends like to rib me that like, oh, all your favorite OCs are blonde with green eyes. And it's like, yeah, it's true. But the reason why Nimbus and Leo both are blonde with green eyes is because I almost always play my New Vegas game, or like my Fallout games, as my character Leo. Because Leo's story takes place in post-apocalyptia. It's like a zombie story. So I started playing Fallout games as her to assess kind of her personality and try to get a bit more of like, what would she do in the apocalypse without my dialogue being there? Like, how would she handle this kind of situation? And so I made her in New Vegas, and then New Vegas was not cut out for Leo, just completely not. And Nimbus came out of that. And so like Leo and Nimbus both have green eyes and blonde hair because both of them, because Nimbus was Leo before she became Nimbus, and I changed her design completely. Also, Leo is Chinese and not Korean, so there's also that difference. But like, yeah, they were based around the same design initially, and now are not. And that's how you make new OCs, lads. So Nimbus is kind of isolated entirely to New Vegas and the canon of Fallout, because I don't have any plans to take her out of anything and try to make her her own individual character. There's something really special about New Vegas and Nimbus for me. I found New Vegas in kind of like a really weird time of my life, you know, like it was very strange. Anyway, that's the end of that. So this is how I make my speed paints. This is sped up a little bit in Windows Movie Maker. This is it crashing a billion times. So I include the little like how I make my speed paints thing. Here I am watching through the footage I took earlier of the like intro sequence, and I'm cutting out the parts of it that were like glitched out or just not necessary. And yeah, so I'm just going through and trimming and editing my clips really, really, really fast, and my movie maker just keeps not responding and crashing. And this is when I stopped. I think, no, it wasn't. I was like, maybe this is when I stopped recording. So a really good example of the issue I have with my laptop is that this warm-up picture, which took me 35 minutes to draw, took me 4 hours to record, because saving, and every time I tried to edit something, and every time like, look at this is just crashing over and over and over again. Eventually I stopped recording my screen for this because my laptop cannot handle it. So this was me trying to get everything. Here's the live footage that I put in. It crashed, opened it again, do it again. Yeah, so I put all my speed paints together, and there we go. So here are the pictures at the end of the sketch, and then the finished piece. Yeah, so thank you so much for watching. I hope this helped. Yeah, thank you so much.